There is no more a question of whether there was a temple or not. Babur definitely believed that he's doing a jihad. These few so-called scholars or professors, they had their own personal agendas. They were not interested in the evidence.
Sadhguru, welcome to Times Now. We are speaking at a very critical juncture. It's a time that is very important for relations between the Hindu and the Muslim community in this country in the backdrop of the long-running case, I may add, with regards to the Ram Janambhoomi title dispute. You've probably been hearing the arguments, or at least you are conversant with the reports in the newspapers. What do you make of this case?
See, it should not have come this far. It's very difficult for any jury to take a call on this. So right now, what is a highly emotional issue, they're trying to handle it as a real estate issue. Whichever way they give a judgment, somebody will be unhappy. But at the same time, we need to understand, if it's real estate, even within a family, between two brothers, if there's division, one will always feel it's unjust. So one thing is, because every other mode of trying to settle this problem unfortunately has failed, it's best that whatever the judgment, we are able to go by that, everybody concerned. It's very, very important because this problem, as you said, has persisted from 1500s, 1528 since then it's gone on. The problem here is just this: there is no more a question of whether there was a temple or not. There is substantial evidence to show there was a temple, and above all, it was the nature of those days that the invaders who came, they thought they are doing a jihad. Babur definitely believed that he's doing a jihad, and he did not think he was doing anything wrong when he destroys the idols of this nation, because idolatry was considered a very bad thing to do according to them. It is very important that today's Muslim community does not identify with those people. It's very important. At the same time, it's very important that the Hindu community also do not identify the present generation of Muslims with the atrocities of the past. This is very important. Then the problem becomes very simple as to how to handle it. Right now, this onerous task has been given, but it's a very good thing it's coming to some sort of conclusion, because kicking the can to the next generation is not an answer, which is what we have done for a very long time. It is very important on various levels. We are making this effort right now because people have given such a huge mandate to this government because they want them to solve problems. Problems which are an impediment for the development of this nation, for the future of this nation. Sovereignty issues, citizenship issues, these temple mosque issues, everything must be settled in our generation so that future generations who live in this nation don't have to live with these endemic problems. There will be other issues to handle for them, but not these endemic issues of the past.
Very interesting, because some people are saying that all these issues tie in with a majoritarian sort of agenda that is being pushed by this government. How do you respond to those people?
See, there is a small group of people, and they are not even Muslims. Those people are always trying to foment problems. If you look at the whole history of Babri Masjid case or the Ayodhya Ram temple case, whichever way you want to call it, in the last 40–45 years, which is if we can say there's some attempts to find solution, you will see when responsible archaeologists clearly produce evidence, definitely there was a grand temple out here. When one level of excavation or without excavation, when there were standing columns, 12 columns standing in the mosque with all kinds of Hindu motifs, when this evidence was produced, they said this is not good enough. And Allahabad High Court ordered one more excavation in 2003. This excavation unearthed 50 columns in 17 different rows, clearly showing there was a very grand temple out there before this. So, Evidence is substantial, it's just a handful of people who are professors and who call themselves professors and scholars who are not even archaeologists, who have misguided the whole nation and made this into a Hindu-Muslim issue. This is not that kind of a issue. Unfortunately, they have managed to divide the country on this. It's time. These people are not empowered in any way to talk further about this. It's very important the nation speaks clearly that we want solutions. We don't want to kick the problems for tomorrow and hope they will go away. They will not go away like that. We have to address them head-on and come to a solution. Everybody, whatever solution we come to, there will be some give and take, somebody feels loss, somebody feels gain. But considering the nature of this problem, see, for Islam, this Babri Masjid does not represent Muhammad or any of his legacy. It represents Babur. So definitely the Islamic community should not identify themselves with the legacy of Babur, because then all the atrocities also will come upon their heads. They should not do this. But for the Hindus, the emotion is that this is the place of Rama, who is the icon. Maybe Rama is not such a big icon in the south, but in the northern communities where millions of people, for them it is the ultimate place. In a way, if we have to draw parallels, for a whole lot of devotees who worship Rama, who is the icon for them this is the Makkah of India. So, there is no need to quarrel about 2.77 acres. Is it worth quarreling for 5 centuries?
It's very interesting. You seem to put the onus on the masjid side to drive towards a resolution or a solution, but their councils have been arguing in the courts that Ayodhya dispute would have been settled long back if it was accepted that Ram was not born under the central dome. This is what Rajiv Dhawan has said in court. How do you look upon this particular line of argument?
See, nobody even knows where our grandfather was born, all right, exact spot. The important thing is Rama was born in Ayodhya and they say that was the place. Millions of people believe that is the place. Whether he was born there or 10 feet away or 100 feet away from that place, what does it matter? What kind of argument is that? This is because certain number of people in this country, which is fortunately a small group, thrive on problems. They want to find problems in every solution. It is time we find solutions in every problem. There is a problem, we must find a solution. The judgment is nearby, we must respect this and go ahead. And above all, I think in many ways, the responsible Muslim community, which I feel is over 95% of them are like that, it's only a fringe elements. Fringe elements are there in both communities. Ignore the fringe elements. If you take the responsible community, then you will see this emotion towards 2.77 acres is not there in them. They will be willing to settle, and above all, in a way, before the judgment comes, if they take a step, because this is a historic moment, if they want to grab this history into their hands as they were the most responsible people, before the judges come out with their judgment, they should make a statement. Hey, Muslims of this nation, make a statement. Okay, it means so much to you, you do it. The question is not about Hindu versus Muslim. The question is, for one person, the emotion is super important. For another person, it's just a piece of property. So tell me where the solution should come from, otherwise the judgment will come, and even if the judgment comes, we can continue this problem. All I'm saying is, do not continue this problem. Let us focus on addressing genuine problems that we have. We don't have to create new problems. India has many problems of nourishment, of poverty, of various problems are there. Instead of addressing that, we are just creating problems and playing football with that.